Hi, I'm Richard. I graduated from Eastern Michigan University with a degree in marketing analytics. Before becoming an LSAT tutor, I worked in legal technology and software account management, including work with legal research and artificial intelligence tools used by attorneys, law firms, courts, government organizations, and even law schools. I actually earned a 180 on the official LSAT. I began tutoring because I enjoyed helping other students make the test feel more understandable and manageable. And since then, I have worked with students across a wide variety of starting scores, including students developing their foundations, and students trying to become or overcome score plateaus, and advanced students aiming for the 170s. What is unique about my approach is that I focus on diagnosing why a student missed a question rather than simply explaining why the answer is correct. The wrong answer may come from misunderstanding the stimulus, misidentifying the conclusion, failing to anticipate the gap in an argument, or being attracted to a recurring trap answer pattern. Those different problems require very different solutions. I also avoid treating every student as though they need the same study plan. I personalize tutoring based on the student's current scores, goals, timeline, availability of study hours, and performance data. And I generally prioritize accuracy in a repeatable reasoning process before adding any time pressure. Once the student understands how to approach the question correctly, we work on making that process faster and more consistent. My greatest strengths are analytical precision, clear communication, and adaptability. I can break down difficult logical reasoning and reading comprehension concepts into plain language without oversimplifying them. I'm also very direct but supportive. I give students honest feedback about what is limiting their progress while making sure they leave each session with clear and achievable next steps. Because each student learns differently, I'm comfortable changing how I explain a concept until we find an explanation that makes sense to that particular student. I've provided recurring individual and group instruction to approximately 25 students, including students who did not otherwise have access to private LSAT tutoring. I've also worked with students at many different score levels and with many different challenges. Some of my most rewarding results have involved helping students break through long-standing plateaus. I've worked with students who entered tutoring scoring in the 140s or 150s, and we're working towards substantial increases, as well as students already scoring in the high 160s who need to improve consistency and avoid subtle trap answers. I've also helped students significantly narrow the gap between their time scores and blind review process by improving their decision-making, review process, and time management. I do not believe every student's progress should be reduced to a single statistic. For some students, the breakthrough is a major score increase, and for others, it is finally understanding why they have been missing the same type of question or developing a process they can trust under time conditions. I believe the key to LSAT success is thoughtful and consistent review. Completing a large number of questions is not enough if a student doesn't understand the reasoning behind both the correct and incorrect answers. When I prepared for the LSAT, I had to balance studying with full-time work, and that taught me that an effective study plan must be sustainable. Students should focus on the quality of their review, identify patterns in their mistakes, and build accuracy before expecting the speed to follow. My advice is to approach every missed question as useful information. Instead of viewing mistakes as failures, students should use them to identify weaknesses in their reasoning and their process and determine what needs to change the next time they encounter a similar question. I'm passionate about LSAT tutoring because the exam can have an enormous impact on a student's law school options and scholarship opportunities. Access to strong instruction is not distributed equally. I've seen how much progress students can make once they receive personalized guidance and understand what has been holding them back this whole time. The most rewarding part of tutoring is seeing how students move from frustration or uncertainty to confidence. And I enjoy helping students realize that LSAT performance is not fixed. With the right approach, careful review, and consistent effort, they can develop the skills necessary to improve. I look forward to helping students build a steady study process because they trust, strengthen their reasoning skills, and pursue their law school goals with confidence.